10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, if you guys don't mind taking a moment. I'll go ahead and keep my webcam off for the review. I'm just really tired. Be less self-conscious. Alright. Alright, guys. Let's see what we think of this. Spoiler free. Yes! Music rating. I liked a lot of the music, surprisingly. There just wasn't a lot of it. That's older games in general, I feel. There's just no getting around that. I'm going to go ahead and give it a solid 6, just because it was lacking in OSD. But I would say it would be a 7 overall. If there was more songs, it definitely would have got a 7 for me. I really like the artwork in this one. For a RPG and like the sprites moving around and things like that and having conversations, the little things that they do, it's not a lot, but it's charming and it's nice. I really liked it. There's not too much to say about the dungeon design because it was just like the same. It's just the same. I don't know, it's bricks all over the place until you get to the end, and that's like random eyeball walls. So there's not too much to say about those. The magic designs and stuff like that for an early RPG are pretty well done. I mean, it's a relatively old game. It's like that Windows screensaver from back in the day. Yeah, it was definitely something like that. But I like the charming characters and stuff like that, and I think that's something I've always liked about the Shining Force games since I played them, is I just like the art design. I like the different races and all that other type of stuff. I think it's really cool. For a Sega game, I'm going to go ahead and give that an 8. I did enjoy those aspects of it. Yeah, the monster design was cool. There was just lots of palette swaps from super early in the game on. But I mean, again, old game. Pretty used to it. So this actually had, if I'm comparing this to Phantasy Star, I feel like this had a little bit more of an interesting story. Phantasy Star had a little bit going on, but it was kind of hard to follow. It was a lot of running around all over the place and getting items and not really knowing what you were going to need to do with these items and then just going from there. This one was a bit more straightforward in that regard. Typical save the princess, but I mean, we fought our own father. That was taken over by this guy. The guy was a mage that was helping us early on and things like that. The labyrinth actually had like a purpose for when it was built and stuff like that as well. It didn't have a lot. Dang, missed opportunity for N64 game for Game 64. Just noticed it. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It would have had to have been Paper Mario, the last N64 game. So yeah, the story was charming. It didn't have a whole lot going on. It was really difficult to gauge progression, especially in the earlier parts where you're going through the trials. It was just, I finished a trial, hip hip hooray, and that's about it. It was just kind of hard to have any type of expectations in that regard. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story for what it was. I'm not saying that I enjoyed the game as a whole, but I enjoyed the story and the little bits of charm that it added. The characters actually bounced off each other a little bit in the beginning when they did have dialogue and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a solid 6 as well. So the mechanics. Mechanics of dungeon crawlers are just kind of meh to me. They're very, very, very bare bones RPG elements. It's, you know, you've got the menu options, you got some spells here and there. Our characters' classes were kind of generic overall. We had a mage, we had a healer, and we had a person that could basically hit a lot, and that's about it, and tank physical damage. So there wasn't too much uniqueness to them, but I'm okay with that. This wasn't as bad as Shibagami Tensei, Strange Journey with the BS and things like that, but Holy crap, there's a lot of random encounters in this game, every other step. The fights are pretty brutal, especially when you're facing stuff that has AoE magic spam. You're essentially having to heal after almost every battle, and that just gets old very quick. And I'm thinking that that's just a dungeon crawler thing, because that's the only experience I've had so far, is constantly having to heal. The game was pretty trolly in a lot of areas too. It was just, I don't want to say that it was unfair, but the game was definitely built to make you go in and out of the labyrinth a crap ton of times, and that's not very interesting to me, especially when you're seeing a lot of the same areas over and over and over again. When you finally are done with the trials and the game actually opens up a little bit more, it felt a little bit more interesting to go through a floor and know that you're progressing through the top floor, the 5th floor. Even though I thought there might have been another floor too, I was worried and there wasn't. I like that aspect a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and give the mechanics a 5. Alright, grinding rating. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a 1. I don't really need to go too in depth with it. You have to go in and out of the labyrinth 3 billion quadrillion times. Every 2 steps you take is an encounter. You have to fight lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of battles. You have to go through every corridor to make sure that it's not the correct way to go, or it is the correct way to go, and everything like that. If you don't map it out yourself, you have to use the spell to be able to map it out. So it's just, it's a 1. Yeah, I'm giving it a 1. I think overall the game's kind of like, I'm not a fan of dungeon crawlers. I'm not. But this game had more charm than Strange Journey by far, and even more so than Etrian Odyssey, even though Etrian Odyssey had more substance with building my characters and stuff like that, and I actually got to create them. It was charming when it actually had dialogue and things like that, and I enjoyed that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 overall. Let's see what you guys rated it. Yes, I'm giving it the same grinding rating as DW2. If I would have played that for as long as I did DW2, I would have been in just as many battles as that. I'm giving it a 1 mostly because there's no real way to avoid them. Even the early part of the game when you're going through the same areas again and again and again, you're looking for the list. Going through the old areas, you have an increased chance of running, but you still have to get into those encounters and run away from them. Alright, let's see what you guys voted here, and let me do the results. Looks like you guys gave it a 5 also. A 5.1 to be exact. No. Alright, what's today? The 17th of December. Took us 34 hours, 59 minutes, and 20 seconds. Should be a 2 at least. I'm not giving it a 2. That's some of the worst grinding I've experienced. I wasn't forced to grind for levels, but it was, the entire game was just a grind. So that would be my best way to express to people that that's the case. Oops. Why did it switch to December? Shut up. Did I type December? I'm an idiot. Shh! No one saw that. Alright. Alright guys, it's raffle time. Type in the word raffle, enter yourself in a chance to win, and pick the next game that I play. All you have to do is type in that word, and you're entered in a chance to win. Oh, it's BGG, coming out of the lurks. Oh man, I am tired. But at least we beat the game. I like this song. I don't know what it's from, but I like it. I'm going to add it to my playlist. What's the next song? Don't summon the Curdy! He'll just ask me to replay Shining in the Darkness. Oh, man. Way more tired than I should be. Alright, guys. I think I made you wait long enough. So... good luck, everybody! 3, 2, 1! Well, you've won a few now, too. Heck! I think that's your third now? Second? Oh, it's your second. Congrats, man! Let me know that you're still here and ready to pick a game. It's been 30 seconds, reroll. I'll give him a few minutes to respond. I've got a timer set up. I can see how long it's been since he's responded. All right. Obviously not here. Tier's just here to watch me suffer through dungeon crawlers. Hey BGG, do you want to buy my maps for this game? I'll give you a special price. It will only cost your soul. Yeah, I drew the maps for all the areas in this game. Yeah, that's it. Just your soul. You mean the newest one? Sure. Oops. I put you in the wrong spot, unless you're a game and I didn't know it. Impossible! Oops. I cannot type. A game... Alright. The games are starting to know. They know what's going on. Alright then. So the next game is going to be Tonlico. Tone Lyco. However you want to say it. And then after that, we got Dragon Quest 11. Let me I'll add that later when you guys aren't you're not looking. All right. We want to raid Mr. Crab. Is there anything else? What are your suggestions, guys, for the raid? What friend makes a friend play Dungeon Crawler? Alright, first of all, let's see who's streaming that we can raid. I think I'll host Solomon here. I haven't had the chance of hosting him in a while, so what do we want to say? Do we want to go with the what friend makes a friend play a dungeon crawler? I think that's a good one. You can spam your crab emotes if you have them. I think there's a universal one. So, yeah, Solomon is currently doing some La Mulana, so he's a pretty chill dude. Laid back, does lots of RPG streams and things like that as well. Lots of casual stuff, some speedrunning. If you don't follow him already, I highly recommend it. Just stop by, say hi. Show him some support and some love. I can't speak anymore. But let's raid the shit out of his stream, guys. Let's take over that chat for at least a few moments. All right? I love that one with the crabs, Jago. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you tomorrow.